everyone. It has been 2 weeks since the last time we had convened on this channel. Last week we had some rather unfortunate storms happening and connectivity issues. I apologize for that. But this week, part two of the Engines of Time. And I hope you guys stick around and enjoy. When we last left our heroes, some rather interesting things had happened. A number of people had had dreams leading into these mysterious events at the city of Kurama. We had one particular lovely elf lady have a frightening encounter with a giant, horrifying clockwork monstrosity in some terrifying labyrinth, but it was fine, no big deal, not at all foreshadowing of any events to come. We had Isolde see a weeping person, and I'm sure that person will be fine. We had Dorian also seeing someone else weeping, and everything's fine. Now, all that's great stuff. Here also had some interesting dreams as well. The field of meadows and flowers and all that stuff, and everything was fine there. And last time, we crossed a halfling named Samo, who seemed particularly cheerful, although he was caught in a barrel of fish. And after helping this hapless halfling out of a barrel of fish after accidentally rolling it out into the street for a little bit, they entered a tavern. Noticed a couple things going off, and after an interesting attempt at the spiciest item on the menu, which no one vomited or puked up their guts, despite some efforts made to allow that to happen. More dangerous tidings had happened. They noticed folks in robes with white and gold, seemingly preaching, seemingly approaching the area, and in an effort to be sneaky and leave, they had tried going out the back door, and upon having one of the employees scout out ahead of them, they found that this person wasn't coming back. And as they walked out, a person with a hooded white and gold robe had approached with the employee unconscious. And before them, our intrepid heroes, perhaps wondering what the heck is going on, because I believe Dorian was the one that had rolled lowest on the stealth check, and Dorian, as you are there in the alley, the others in your coterie have made themselves scarce. They had seemed to be hidden, and this figure in robes, standing, or at least crouching next to this unconscious employee of the inn tavern you were enjoying the dragon tail gut punch at, turns to you and starts to look at you with a seemingly quizzical expression and slowly starts to walk towards you. What do you do?
Um, well, I mean, he's acting in a violent manner, correct?
Well, you didn't see him stab anybody. Do you want to roll?
I mean, he looks like he just stabbed somebody. I'm gonna
roll an investigation check just to kind of get a better survey of the situation. I would allow that.
I feel like I feel pretty certain about the stabbing personally, I think. I guess I would hold my hands up and get kind of in front of people, because I guess I'll do that, and be like, whoa buddy, whoa, hey, let's take it easy and put down any weapons.
He holds his hands open as if sort of show that there are no weapons. Says, my friend, why do you seem so on edge? I'm not here to hurt anybody.
I'm gonna gesture to the body.
And he looks at the body and he says, you may check the body if you'd like, but you will find that I did not do anything to him.
Can I insight check him?
You absolutely may roll an insight check. Go ahead. 23 insight. As you are looking at his expression, while the obvious hold on 1 second. He's having some mic issues. Just 1 moment, please. While the obvious thing about there being an unconscious body and the like, very circumstantially showing that this individual was responsible, oddly enough, you seem to get the sense that this person seems extremely sincere, earnest about it, but given with that insight check, perhaps this person may not see their actions as particularly malevolent.
Gotcha. Every villain thinks they're a hero. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna gesture at the body and then gesture to my crew and be like, hey y'all, I feel like they're not on the level. We should probably do something about that. Loud whisper.
There.
I'm trying to be sly, but I'm probably not.
Okay, all right.
I've got a loud inside voice.
Okay. How did the others respond to this whisper by Dorian?
I'm just gonna pop out of the shadows where I guess I was hidden. Well, you let him know that you're not alone anyways, so I might as well come out. I'd like to take a look at the unconscious person to see if they're actually unharmed.
I would ask for a medicine check.
All right. That's a 25.
That's a 25.
Damn. Wow.
Damn, that is really, really good.
What'd I do?
So, I'm assuming you're probably doing things like taking a pulse or whatever the case may be. Something that's surprising to you is that this body, there's no bleeding or anything like that. You don't see any open wounds. You don't see anything that would have been coming from a knife at all. And yet, as you're taking a pulse, it is barely there. And as you're trying to listen for breathing, you don't hear anything. The body's still warm, but there's no blood or anything like that. The color of the skin, normally if they were dead, they kind of start to go a little pale or something like that. It also looks like this person's in a coma of some sort, but as of right now, just immediately on first impression, it wasn't because of this person is not in this state of health or lack thereof due to any concussive, traumatic, hits or blows or anything physical per se. But they are clearly not healthy.
Okay. So I would say to the guy, so how did this happen then? this person just fell unconscious?
Said, and he put his hands together and says, "Oh, nothing so unusual. I merely spoke with him and preached a little bit about our gospel, and showed him our dreams, and he accepted them."
And he was so excited he just passed out from excitement.
It has that effect on some, but do not worry for his health. He will be fine. He will accept the words, and he will be much better off for it.
Huh.
Ugh, I don't know if I feel good about that.
Well, what is your concern?
Well, I don't really understand what you're saying. He passed out. He doesn't look okay. You're not being straight with me. What did you do to him?
Well, would you like me to demonstrate?
No.
No?
Well, then I believe it would be extremely difficult to explain without a demonstration. But if it makes you feel any better, I could call some of my compatriots over and, well,
No.
call
Nah.
No.
No.
more.
Hey, Dorian, we can't let him go, right? Like,
No,
this
I don't.
isn't okay, right?
I don't think we can. Also, sorry about the whole like stealth thing. I know you were being really cool with that. Yeah, no, we better stop him. I can. Do you want me to set him on fire?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if
Okay, yeah.
worst
Are
come
you
to
guys
worst,
like
I'll
saying
bring
this
him
like
back.
right? Is he like is he
Yeah.
right there, just like
Yeah.
hey, you set this guy on fire?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Why are you so frightened? He says.
Frightened's not the right word. More like,
Being-
we don't want you going around doing this to other people.
Well,
Yeah.
Like, is it so hard to understand? Like, I feel like a lot of people would, you know.
and he genuinely just seems utterly perplexed by your objections. He says, "No, I honestly am trying to help him. I'm trying to help everyone in the city."
Okay, well, you might need to get a clue, and we are going to help this person in real time. And you can help or you cannot, but I think we're done.
I would disagree, actually.
Well, you can disagree, but we're
Oh
done.
yes, I will very much disagree with that. And then he rolls up his sleeve, and you see a similar chain to what you guys had with a gem on it. And as he kind of as he seems to look at it, the uh, the dangling like dowsing chain, I suppose, starts pointing at where you had stashed away certain items. And he says,
Ew!
Ooh,
Ew!
okay.
Gross!
I would like to cast a spell on him, and that
Okay.
spell is hold person.
Okay.
Ooh, great minds think alike.
All right. All right. What would be the save that is required?
It's a wisdom saving throw with the
Perfect.
gotta beat a 15.
Gotta be a 15. All righty then. Just one second, please.
No.
Cultist wisdom stats just baffle me.
Oh, whoops, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to cast anything at all.
Yeah, if only somebody else had something that was similar.
If only someone else had something that was similar. All right. You're good to go. All right. That one, as the first spell, it kind of you see him kind of trembling a little bit, trying to move, and then Isolde, at almost as if you're kind of like patching up the first spell that was cast. The person stops and is no longer moving.
I loosened him up for you.
Oh my gosh, you guys are such a good team. I love it.
Great. No, what?
Dump
Go
on
through
your-
his pockets. What's in his pockets? And I would like that glove.
Well, I mean, tie him up first, yeah?
We can multitask.
Okay, yeah. Do I have rope?
I've got rope. I've got rope. You can have some rope, but I'm gonna like take this glove and the dangly, gross thing that he just pointed at us, and yeah.
Well, if he has magic, he'd probably get out of that. Okay, let's just get the person. So I'm gonna grab the person first.
Like the person on the ground.
Yeah, the person
Or the
on
guy
the
you
ground.
just cast hold person on.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're gonna take her some or them.
We don't
Whichever
have a
one they-
whole lot of time because the whole
Yeah.
person lasts a minute.
Should we just run?
Well, I want that glove,
No,
so I'm
I
gonna
think
get
we
that
should
glove.
Tie him up. I think let's tie him up quickly.
Okay,
Come on
okay.
now.
I'm gonna
What do I
quickly
need
tie
to
him
roll
up.
to get the glove?
No, I mean, you're talking about like what the guy's wearing, or just
I need the thing that was pointing at us, so he can't find us again.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. No, I mean, it's like the bracelet with a chain on it that you
Mhm.
guys had earlier. It's it's almost exactly identical.
Okay, click.
Click, bam, you got it. You got another one, and it's still you kind of notice that the gem on that is still kind of pointing to the other item that Samo had given you.
That's fine. The takeaway is that he doesn't have it.
Yes, and I tie him up.
You tie him up. All right then.
Let's
Uh,
go.
So you go, and where do you plan on running to?
We should drop this guy off at a healer.
No, we don't have the time.
Okay, well, we should drop him off somewhere that's sanitary.
Wait, what's happening? I thought we were
Person-
gonna
The person's.
interrogate this guy.
Oh, well, I mean, we can do that too.
So, how many bodies are we taking with us?
2?
Okay,
We
yeah,
can't
let's
leave
take
this
both.
one.
Well, my strength stat is bad, so somebody else is gonna have to do it because I might break something, like a nail.
Mine is. Hey, we'll all work together. It's fine.
Fine.
I've got a decent strength stat. Okay.
Well, maybe I
Um,
should scout ahead to make sure that we're not like running into an ambush. So you guys can get him.
Okay, I'll get him. Thank you, Isolde.
You guys grabbing the unconscious person, or are you grabbing both of them?
I was assuming both of them.
Can we gag him too, so like he can't cast any spells or anything?
He's tied up right now.
Yeah, but if he comes to, hold person only lasts like a minute.
That is true.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll shove my sock in his mouth. We're
Let's
good.
just knock him
Your
out.
sock.
Let's just knock him out.
He is paralyzed. I mean, you guys aren't really at any major disadvantage yet.
Okay, well, can I scout ahead, like, as we're going through the alleys away from the inn to make sure that we're not gonna get jumped?
Sure. I would like you to roll either a perception or investigation.
Okay. That's a natural 20 perception for a 24.
Ooh.
Boy.
This just means that we're gonna suck when we actually have to do something in a fight.
Oh my god.
No.
So what you've noticed is that nat 20 and a 19 as well. Jesus, you are seeing.
We're
many-
in trouble in like 5 minutes.
So what you are noticing is there do seem to be other like folks in these white robes and stuff, seemingly amongst the crowds, and you can definitely tell that others also have these chains, bracelet chains on them as well. But it seems as though that whoever, like, as they're trying to follow you, you seem to be clever enough to kind of see the gaps in like where you can kind of maneuver through. What seems to be very, very weird though is that like the people and like everything else around you seems to be moving in a somewhat slower motion. So you'll notice that, for example, like when you're looking at a tree or something like that, a bird might be taking off a tree branch, but it just seems to be flapping its wings in slow motion.
Does it straight up feel like a lucid dream?
Hmm?
Hmm?
That's a good question. and as you're walking around, you're noticing that a lot of like the horse-drawn carriages or like the people walking, they're also just as if like someone had turned the speed down. Except the people in white are also moving at normal speeds as well as you guys too. So you're starting to notice that things seem to be slowing down as you're looking around trying to avoid these people in white clothes.
I have a mechanical question really quickly.
Absolutely.
Do we know in the Shimmering Seas
Mhm.
if elves need to sleep? Because I was looking at the elf stats for Matthew's write up, and it's just said +1 dex, athletic proficiency, levitate once a day, and +5 move speed. It didn't really say anything about that. That means some of the stats for elves did get left by the wayside, and I'm wondering if that weird racial trait also got left. Because then it would mean interesting things for her having a dream in the previous game. It would be more like a hallucination, maybe. And also, I don't know if she would recognize what a lucid dream is.
I will say that, at least for this game, and Matt can override me at a later time since this is setting, I will say that for now, I will keep the difference between trancing and sleep as is written in the books for now.
Okay.
So I would say that as an elf, you would know how how the trancing, lucid dreaming exercises and the like would feel, like that meditative state.
Okay.
This does not feel like that. This
Gotcha.
feels as real as it would be, except it's weird, if that makes sense. Like it's a weird sensation, but it doesn't feel like a dream as like the beginning of last session was.
Okay. I'll convey that when we get to a safe place, just in case nobody else is getting this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So in that particular case, I'm assuming that you guys are trying to drop the unconscious person off at another place, at like a more sanitary, safe place, as you're trying to avoid these people, or
While
Honestly,
they're doing that, I could just drag him inside from where we came from.
okay, absolutely, you may do so. Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
I don't think I can possibly be sneaky about it. So I'm gonna say no.
why not? It's so easy.
Not for me. No, I'm just gonna drag him in, and if anyone sees me, I'm gonna say that they passed out from heat.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. So you're dragging the employee back into the building or whatever, and are you gonna be like trying to like get someone, like just let some of the other coworkers know that this is happening, or
If there's anyone inside when I go in, I would wave them down, but otherwise I would just kind of leave them there for now.
all right. So as you're as it is kind of midday, like around like the later parts of the lunch hour, you notice some people are going back and forth, and as you're waving, you're noticing that they are like, despite you not being you're not trying to be like sneaky, you're trying to wave them over. They seem to be reacting just more slowly than you would have expected, but someone does notice you and is walking over a bit leisurely. It seems as though that they too are starting to walk at a somewhat slower pace than would seem natural. And as you're, I'm assuming, putting the individual who is unconscious down, you're noticing that as the body is being laid down, also moving more slowly as well. Although you seem to be moving just fine.
Oh no, what did I eat?
You ate everything.
Like so much ham.
All the ham. All the ham.
Are they moving so slow? Like, how long does it look like it's gonna take for them to get here?
Like, it'd still be like a few seconds, like not that like it's not like they're like pausing, but it's just like they just seem to be moving a bit more slower. They're asking you what's happening, but it just sounds like they're talking more like this pace,
Mm.
which seems a little bit odd.
So I'll ask, hey, am I talking really fast to you?
And they're just like, yeah, slow down.
I don't know what's going on. And then much slower, I'll say, this person passed out. My name's Tahir. Contact me if he needs medical help.
All right.
Bye.
All right. And then, yeah, and then I'm assuming you leave, right?
Yep.
And you see sort of like this person's expression just go like kind of like kind of wide-eyed a bit, and it seems as though like, wow, I've never seen someone move that quickly at the door before. But as you go outside too, you're starting to notice that things just seem to be moving at a weirder pace than before. But as you're also looking around, you see the guy that is also tied up and presumably gagged with a sock now, also just. But he seems to be kind of like not slow in that same sense.
Damn.
But things happen.
Dorian, I think I ate something weird because everyone's very slow.
Oh.
No, that's just a thing right now. I'm not sure what's happening. We might need to ditch this weird magic thing.
Or this weird magic man. Is it wait, right? Yeah, they're I don't want to assume gender, I forgot. They're guy.
It's a dude, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe it's a magic man, and I just kind of like lean over and I'm like, hey, can you oh wait, no, he's gagged. Never mind.
Well, I mean, like, he's not moving at a different pace either, so I don't know. Maybe we can get somewhere where we can like try to get some answers out of him, and maybe he won't answer us as if he's completely stoned this time.
Yeah, don't we have a room?
Well, I mean, back at the place that we just left that we were running from because it was surrounded.
I guess. Should we leave? Should we leave town, maybe?
We can try, or we could like find a nice roof somewhere.
Or a temple.
Okay. I'm not carrying him up a roof, though.
Yeah. I'm a little more worried about the whole like everything slowing down, but yeah, maybe there's like a chill god somewhere that we can just like hang out with their people for a bit.
Chill god.
Chill god, just lying on a lawn chair, drinking.
Yeah, like one who's fine with us showing up with a dude who's tied and gagged.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. Things like that may or may not happen. So I'm assuming then that you are going to try and find a temple or something like that?
Or somewhere with a roof that's like off to the side, maybe?
Trying to find a quiet corner, I guess. Whatever's most accessible.
Alright. Well, as you're going through the city, you're finding that it's probably better to kind of avoid the major streets, as those are crowded, and slow crowds tend to impede movement a little bit. You do find kind of like one of the temples, one of the more obscure temples in the area. You notice that some of the buildings kind of have those like scaffolding stairways or something like that could be used to get to a roof. Otherwise, there are also plenty of sketchy back alleys that are rarely visited as well. You can either choose an alley, a temple, or
maybe by normies. Maybe by normies. Sketchy back alleys are like amazing.
Well, if you have experience with that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, let's just find an alley.
All right, so you take this bound and gagged individual with a sock in his mouth, and he's like,
Oh, not so chill now.
Yeah, I know that's gotta taste
I know.
Oh, breathe through your nose. Alright.
Maybe we
that's
shouldn't
not gonna
hurt
help.
people. Maybe we shouldn't like knock people out in alleys. Not me, just you.
you dump him in an alley, and doesn't as you kind of I'm assuming are trying to make sure that people aren't nearby. He you guys are alone with this individual. He's pretty much subdued at this point in time. What do you guys end up doing? Do you guys just beat him up in an alley or somewhere?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Obviously. So yes, you may actually. Um, I mean, he is a little bit tied up, so it does take a little bit of effort. But as you'll notice, on his hand, your hand seemed to be glowing with a star sign, and the light was a very kind of like a pure, like golden white color, like the sun. You're noticing that there's only like a couple pinpoints that seem a little bit obscure on his hand, but instead of glowing with like a bright light, it just seems to be like oozing with like something like a mix between blood and tar from the points on his hand.
That's a monster.
It's almost like it's like smoke almost.
Yo, why does yours look like that? Ours don't look like that.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Of them.
Alright, the sock. Now, don't scream when I take the sock out, otherwise you're gonna have to taste it again. I know it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks. And I'll ungag him.
Oh, that
I'm-
was unpleasant.
I genuinely feel bad for you.
I too would feel that was not nice.
It was all I had on me.
It wasn't, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
You have other clothing, obviously.
That's all I could think of.
But when you
That's
knock
alright.
people out and then try to be all deflecty about it, like you kind of deserve the sock.
I can see why you would believe that, but I swear to you, I was only doing what was right.
Sure. It's kind of hard to take that at face value, though. Now, I was asking, why does yours look like that? Your
And-
tattoo?
And he looks at his hand. A gift given to me by our esteemed leader, the Reverie of the Temple. He has gifted us visions of greatness. It is only a minor gift. It is not the full thing, but I am blessed and happy to carry this mark.
What is the full thing?
Pure, bright, brighter than this, like a fire, brighter than a fire even. It's small. This is only a smolder.
Like ours? Or
Do you show him your hands?
oh, I did. Yeah, Isolde will show.
All right.
Yeah.
And you just see this this man, his eyes widen. He just says, why you too have also been blessed like our glorious leader. I am
Oh,
so
no.
honored.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a rash. We're just going to change our hand sanitizer.
But you're not wearing a mask.
Look, that's for breaking into houses. Okay.
What about the social distance?
Well, we would love to be socially distant from you.
All right. Back to the game.
Oh,
Sorry about that. And he says, well, I don't know. I didn't know there were others besides our glorious leader. That there were those more blessed than I. But you must be involved in the great ritual that is about to happen at midnight tonight. I'm sure. Well, what can I do to answer your questions?
Oh,
Ritual.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
We actually lost our invitations. Can you fill us in?
I want you to roll a persuasion check.
because we're all What?
That's an 18.
Perfect. And he just says, "Well, sure, I can tell you anything that you would. I can tell you anything, of course. I mean, it would be rude of me not to answer your questions like this, but well, first off, you don't really need an invitation. Your hand markings, as pure as they are, they will let you in. But the ritual at midnight tonight, our glorious leader has unlocked a great gate, and with it, it is said that he will bring peace from the future to now. We are bringing utopia to this world sooner than ever. But first, the world must be cleansed, as I'm sure you're aware. Smolders turn into light.
Is that why? Is that why everyone's kind of slow now? Everything's slow except for us and you.
Yeah, either my audio just cut out or.
Oh, can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, yes.
Okay, my bad. My apologies. It says, well, when the stars align, the way our leader preaches, then certain individuals are allowed and privileged to participate. And at that convergence of time, well, the world will freeze, and those who decide fate will act when the others are frozen between two flickers of the candle. And in that moment, well, it is said that when revelations descend, a great, powerful machine will allow itself to be touched by those who are chosen and decide the fate of everything. And our leader has decided to bring peace in this war-torn world, silence in this loud, abrasive madness. I mean, look around you at every city torn by war. There is no order anymore. Surely you have to see that this is a good thing. You must understand.
Absolutely do not understand at all. I don't. I don't understand why we were chosen. Like, what are the qualifiers?
Well, I am told that the special people are, and the ones they've chosen are allowed to participate. That is deeper lore than a lowly one such as myself could dare to dream of knowing, but there are indeed fate and destiny and things work in strange ways. It's not just you, it is our leader. There is another out there, those who divine the futures. We are looking for those who have been chosen, asking them to join our cause to cleanse the souls of the world, to make things pure, to make things clean, to make things peaceful.
Yeah, that usually means like lots of people are gonna die.
But like, it sounds super interesting. So like, if we had
I'm
some
so
questions that
glad.
you couldn't answer, like, who's your leader, so we can like ask them.
Yeah. Who is he? Where is he? How is he?
They. Some people are priestesses.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. They.
Oh, I'm muted again.
Oh my gosh, what the heck? I am so sorry, guys. Let me check my settings to see if it's not like auto muting me or something. Jesus. Good God.
It's okay.
Swear that I know how to use a computer properly.
Lies.
All right. Yes.
What's a computer?
What is a computer? What are screens? And he said, and this man says, the referee is a person, a fellow of great wisdom and great kindness, I will happily take you to him if you would like to meet meet our leader. Uh, right when sundown hits, I can. If you go to the northern edge of the city, we will be converging there, and that is when the ritual will begin to commence, and it will finish at midnight tonight. You are more than welcome. Simply show your hands. They will demonstrate to everyone that you have also been chosen by the stars.
Hmm.
No one will stop you. We will welcome you, siblings in our cause.
It's a little foggy about like the criteria. So like who decided that we were going to be a part of this? Is it just like randomized? Is it like a fantasy Jehovah's Witness situation? Like we just show up and it's like, bam, you're over 21, you can get in? Like
Scientology?
what? Okay, now you're just talking crazy. Like I didn't understand that word at all.
Sorry, it's a thing I heard, picked up.
Yes, tell us more about Scientology.
This
He's
guy
crazy enough, Dorian.
it's a guy named Com Trues who sorry.
Oh my lord.
I'll stop. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, he just says, as far as I can tell, there seemed to be no rhyme or reason to who has these markings, but apparently certain events long ago, according to our leader, specific signs had been set in motion and have been inherited over the years. And a lot of those who have inherited these signs, these keys to this ritual, this grand eve, they are the descendants, I suppose. That would be my guess. You would have to ask our leader. He knows more about the deeper learnings of our theology.
Okay, so like where is he?
Northeast side, yeah?
Yeah, the north
Well,
side.
yeah, but that's like later today. Like, what if we have Aaron's turn and we need to talk to him now?
Well, then I would not be able to help you.
Look, what do they look like?
Like maybe, yeah.
He is a tall human, got a bit of a beard, it seems like, and dark hair, dark skin, and yet, is very tall. Has a soothing voice. I believe, I tend to think of it, and then he just starts going on about how awesome this dude is, and it's just like going on forever.
Okay, so basically, like your average cult leader.
Yeah, that's the sense that you get from it. It's the average cult leader, but he does at least at the very least give a very general physical description. This is a man seemingly in his 40s or so. Seems to be of somewhat darker complexion, as if it would be like someone who had been out in the sun a lot, like maybe like working a lot of manual labor, like either on like a farm or like as a sailor or something like that. Seen a lot of sun, dark hair, got a bit of a beard that's like trim but still kind of there, a little bit of gray on the edges, and basically what the other thing that he notes is that his robes, instead of being white and gold, are rather like a navy blue with gold, like a very dark navy blue.
Ew, he's in the Navy.
In the Navy. always we see him like at each week at the northern parts of the town, and that's when he is there. As for what he does during the rest of the day, well, it is not my place to know. But surely there are others who have been chosen like you. You can find them easily. It's how we found you with the chains. They point to others, gatherings of others that have also.
That's gross.
I see. And everyone has one of these things?
You may use mine if you wish to find the others.
I mean, we already took. Yeah, thanks.
Wow, thanks. It's very kind of you.
I am only here to help everyone.
Are you? Like, what's your name? Where are you from?
What's your story?
What's my story? Oh, my name is Danos. I was a trader long ago.
A traitor or a traitor?
Trader, like a merchant.
Okay.
Yes, in the caravan.
Enunciation is like so important. I can't hear you at all.
I can't hear either.
Is my mic really being that
I
difficult?
don't know.
We can hear you now.
Something is going on.
1 second. All right, I think I might have to like hold this like to my face. Is that better now?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Hear you.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Alrighty then. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do some manual mic holding. That's all right then.
It
Sorry,
was weird
guys.
though. It wasn't even fuzzy. It was like an absence of audio, and then suddenly there was again audio. It was
Yeah.
funky.
That is weird. My apologies on that. But, what part did you guys miss in terms of what I was saying?
All of it.
I am so sorry.
You're good.
So what was the last thing you heard before I went quiet unknowingly? Just
I asked the question.
which question?
Traitor or traitor?
Trader. Trader, like a merchant. And he just says, well, I used to trade goods and commodities. You know, my family had owned a caravan going back a number of generations. And here in Kurama, the trade has been better than other places. Although most recently I had been besieged by bandits, it seems, on the road, and I had lost everything. And, well, when I was in the worst places, the leader had found me and invited me and taught me the ways and gave me meaning and purpose beyond just simple things like money and trading, a deeper spiritual meaning. You can't buy something that large and important with gold.
Yeah, you can though. Like you really can. Like I've done it. Like you can.
Why do you say such things? Is that really what fills your heart? Just money, things?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Well, you know what would make me feel better is some gold.
Well, thank you for letting us know. You've been very helpful for someone who had my sock in your mouth. Also, I'm really sorry about that. And I'm just like putting my sock back on.
Oh no! Put that back on.
And
Roll for lack of cleanliness if you want to. That is gross.
Speaking of hand sanitizer,
I'm kidding.
well, are you kidding? Because like,
Oh my.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, you seem really, really helpful for someone who's just been tied up and knocked out, and and who's gonna be left in an alley tied up. But thank
The fates
you.
will guide me to the right place. It's only a matter of time.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's
we all
great.
die someday.
I still would really like to know what you exactly did to that poor person. You
Like-
just kind of said you weren't really specific. Like, did you cast a spell? Did you knock them out? Didn't look like you knocked them out.
Isolde will get real close to his face.
Get really close to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll say, tell the truth, or I bite your face.
She
Because
really will.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted again.
he stumbles. He kind of pauses and sees your lovely teeth,
Yeah.
and goes, "I passed along the words through his dreams the way my leader taught me our dreams. If you say it is through magic and through a spell, that might be it, but I can only demonstrate it."
That's like a fun thought experiment. Like if it was gonna be like a spell, what spell would it be most like?
Because I was just a trader and merchant in my life. I never learned magic like that. I merely bring my hand and to his eyes, and at the very least they see what they are meant to see. That is the teaching.
Your hand? What's special about your hand?
You.
He kind of wiggles the hand with the star sign on it.
Oh wait, so if
Okay.
we did that, we could do that to people?
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
my hand with the
Illustrate
star sign
Same,
on it
same.
against his eyes.
Oh, I
You guys
did it
all
against my.
shoving your hand in his face? Or?
Yeah.
I did it to myself.
No!
With my own, with my own hand, yeah, or claw, I guess.
You hear the voice of the weeping woman.
Oh, oh shit.
And you hear an echo in your head, weeping that it wasn't supposed to be like this.
Isolde will pull her claw away from her face and say, I heard, crying woman from before. From Jane.
Oh.
I've put my hand on the person's face. Is anything happening to them?
You might be muted.
Oh man.
Allow me to roll.
Ooh.
You see, like, you bring your hand to his face, right? With like the one with the star sign, with your star sign glowing in pinpricks of light. And what you see is he opens his eyes wide for a moment, and you just see for a brief moment, like, just a slight whisper where he just says, "It's so beautiful." And then you just see his eyes sort of roll to the back of his head, and he just slumps over.
Oh, maybe I should have done that when we were done asking questions. That's my bad.
Guys, you know what this
Is-
means? This plus time slowing down, we're about to steal everything in this town.
We don't have to.
Sure.
What
But-
if doing that to people means that they become like, what if we're creating a cult? Like what if
They
we
created one first.
Yeah, but I don't wanna like, you know.
Our cult can be the good cult that's like against their cult.
Well, if time keeps getting weird like this, I feel like what are we gonna do with all the gold that we acquire anyways? Maybe we should worry about
Not
that.
gold, weapons and jewelry. Oh my gosh,
But
guys.
who will complement the jewelry if everyone's just
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
We get it, we go, we get out of town. Something
Oh
really
my
weird is
goodness.
happening in this town. We just load up and roll out.
Okay, but also it looks like they're trying to do this to everybody. So we might want to stop that first and then get the cool shiny stuff for you.
Or we go and get cool shiny stuff for all of us to help us do that more successfully.
Why don't we do both at the same time?
Okay.
Nice.
Peer pressure. I'm on.
Pressure, you're gonna,
Stealing is cool.
You're just gonna like loot some stores and stuff.
Oh god.
This is why you don't hang out with rich kids.
Exactly why you hang out with rich. No repercussions.
I feel like our parents might disapprove of this, but you know, as long as no news gets back to them, I guess we're okay.
I mean, I'm not participating, so they can't get mad at me. I was just there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay. I'll bring you back something. Let's go steal some things.
Well, where are we going? What are we doing? Because
Where is any store ever?
No,
Main Street.
remember we would do things at the same time. So as for our other goal, what should we do about that?
Oh, what does everybody want? Like, give me your orders so that I can like get you something.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't really need anything.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
If you see
It's
like
free stuff.
if you see like some stray ham, that's
Oh my gosh.
then maybe.
Isolde,
Viscera, wet or dry?
Oh gosh.
Components.
I mean, I feel like you can get that anywhere, but fine.
True.
I mean, I could use another sock.
You guys
actually
are
could
no
use another
fun.
sock.
Oh my gosh. Fine. I'll just bring you back whatever.
Okay, but
So-
also let's deal with the cult thing.
Well, let's just meet back up.
I mean, it doesn't seem like we have a way to hide from them if they can just kind of whip
Find
out their
us.
chains and it points
Ooh.
at us.
Oh, what if we get the chains, right? And we have them point at them, and then we just put our hands on them every time. We just knock them out one by
why don't
one.
why don't you
I'm-
steal all their chains?
Or we could just sneak the thing that we have into the pockets of every one of them one by one. And then when people are beating the shit out of them, we just take it back and then we repeat it.
I feel like your plan will take longer.
It's still a one by one situation. It won't take longer. It'll take the same amount of long. Gosh, you guys don't know math?
I really don't.
Not
You
really,
know
no.
this.
I'm okay with math. I can count.
Well, with everything slowing down, long is now relative. So that's physics.
I guess that's true, but it seems like the cultists aren't affected.
That is.
Well,
correct.
hopefully none of them run stores in this town. Should we meet up here later?
Are we splitting? I feel like we shouldn't split up. I feel like it's a bad idea.
I feel like we can roll up on this ceremony completely like god moded or goddess moded, whatever. Where did that term even come from? I don't even know.
That one play,
With
remember?
like, oh yeah, that's true. With like all of like these super cool weapons. So
Oh,
if it makes you guys feel better after we kick the shit out of them, you can give yours back.
mm. Yeah, I hear you, and I want to sympathize with you, but I feel like we've seen so many plays where the cast all splits up and then bad things happen to them.
I feel like there was one play where the playwright was like, that's not a huge concern of mine. It's probably not going to happen.
Which one was that again?
The one written by this guy named Matthew, where splitting the party isn't a big deal.
I
But like,
don't remember that one.
this, you know, that's a.
Tell me more about this great playwright, Matthew.
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember who it was, but like there was a play and there were all these people in this town and it was like run by an evil dictator. Maybe it was like maybe it was a hallucination. I don't know. I might have had some really good mushrooms.
It sounds like it was a fantastically beautiful piece of speculative political fiction. In the
Yes.
60s.
I think it was like satire, but I'm not really sure because I usually like get bored with satire.
But it's like, it's like, you know, like 50 years off though, right? Like
Yeah,
chilling,
like
having
it's
a-
set in the
That happened.
future.
Yeah,
Ooh,
future.
edgy. Like
Time.
whatever. Nobody's ever done that before.
Okay. So, but I'm kind of invested in there being a future. And they were talking about like, purging or cleansing. I mean, cleansing and purging tends to be the same thing.
Well, I mean, when you're on a cleanse, it's one thing, but when you're purging, it's something where you have to sit your friends down and talk to them and get them some help. And sometimes, like, that's what they need.
Yeah, but I
And
mean like when you're cleansing something or purifying something, that usually just means like everyone's gonna die.
or drinking water with lemon juice and cayenne pepper in it, which is good for you because science.
Or everybody's gonna die. Except for the people they like. It's always that way.
That
It
is
is.
science that everyone dies.
Dorian or Isolde, do either of you happen to have a means to contact Scamrin if she separates from us? Because I don't have that spell prepared.
Oh, let me see if I have that spell prepared actually. I don't think I do.
This cannot be the first time this has happened.
I mean, you guys are experienced. You guys know what's going on.
Okay, so how about don't die and we like set something on fire if you're in danger?
Don't worry, babe. I got you.
Yeah, please don't die. That's my concern because they can find you.
Yeah, but I won't have the thingy.
Oh, I guess so.
Don't worry, it's gonna be fun.
Isolde will say, I will send scraps with you. And a rat crawls out of her sleeve. And,
Hi, cutie.
and she will give it to Scamrin. Give them to Scamrin.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'll take really good care of them. We're just gonna be shopping buddies.
Oh, well, good luck.
Thank you. Oh, so I guess we should just meet up at the scary place.
Is that where the scary place?
The north side of town, whatever death festival thing.
Okay, maybe like an alleyway before that one.
Oh, great. You guys are going to be able to find an alleyway without me, right?
Sure.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Dorian seems to have it on lock, so
Well,
you
he
got it,
always
babe.
says that.
No, I don't. That's cool. Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be
We'll
fine.
be cool. We'll be
It's
cool.
the-
Light a fire, guys.
It's the
fine.
place where buildings isn't.
Oh man.
That's
You're
okay,
welcome.
son.
I'll
You're
just-
welcome.
If we're in trouble, I'll just set fire to something. Okay. All right.
Always a good move. Let's go.
All right. At that point, as of right now, I believe now would be a good time for a slight break as I need to do some technical things like make sure my battery does not die. So in the meantime, if everyone's all right with a short 5 to 10 minute break, I think we can call it for here.
Yeah.
And we
All
will
right.
return after.
I cut you off a little bit, but we're at. Oh, I'm not.
back. Thank you for being patient with us during the break. And we will continue on with part 2 of The Engines of Time, where things are taking a bit of a slower pace in these trying times. And I believe that Cameron, you were going to be going on a discount shopping trip, I suppose.
Time has slowed down. She is a rogue in a city. This is Christmas.
It is Christmas.
Fantasy
Life
Christmas.
is gonna be freaking great. So what are you looking for? What goodies?
Magic shop.
Magic
Magic shop.
shop. What kind of
If
magic
I
shops?
could, before that happens, didn't we take a 1 hour break or
Yes.
so?
Yes.
Then in that time period, I would have also, if Scammon was okay with it, I would cast Death Ward on her.
Yes, although I'm not sure what you're so worried about.
Everything's slow. Everything's nothing to worry about.
What are the cops gonna do?
Oh, Scammon, just don't die, okay?
I never die.
That's
Yet.
true.
No,
Has it-
actually,
100% success rate so far.
Right?
well, that's because you had me around healing you up.
Well, I do appreciate that, and I will take your death ward, and also I'll bring you back a little something extra. Don't worry.
Okay, don't tell Dorian because I made a big deal about being like morally good and stuff.
Well, that's family, and I mean, I guess like you guys love your family, so it's fine. I got you, babe.
Okay, stay safe.
No promises.
Oh God.
Anyone else want to lend shopping trip, or are you just gonna be like, "Don't do this," and then Cameron runs off? Like anything else before I switch scenes to her?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can give her right now that'll like.
Did you want
Help
to go
her
on a
with that.
shopping trip too?
No, no.
I need somebody to carry stuff.
No.
That is true.
I'll tell you what, let me leave like some of my adventurous stuff with you. You can have my crowbar because I'm not going to need it, and you can have my lantern because I'm not going to need it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think that's my heavy stuff. Oh, you can have this chest because it's empty and I'm not going to need it.
I don't need that.
That's okay.
I mean, you could put stuff in the chest as you carry them.
Yeah, but the chest is like extra weight, and I have this bag right here, so it's fine.
Okay. all right,
Okay.
all right.
The chest on my back. Okay.
All right.
Come on, don't be that elf. You'll be fine.
Alrighty then. So, Scammon, you're gonna be going around to magic shops, and it's gonna be a great time. I am pretty sure. Now, you are looking for some magic shops, and was there anything in particular that's like on your wish list that you're gonna look for first, or are you just gonna see what else is available and pick and choose what you want, like whatever?
Well, everybody likes jewelry, and it's easy to, hide and like, because everybody wears jewelry anyway. I guess if we can find like, well, I don't know, because Taylor stuff is like kind of 50-50 if they're gonna have like pret-a-porter stuff that you can wear anyway, and we really don't have time to get anything sized, so I think we're mostly going to focus on like jewelry and weapons.
Jewelry and weapons.
Yeah.
So you're going through, and I want you to, at the very least, roll a dexterity roll. I would allow acrobatics if you would like to, primarily because of the fact that you are moving through large crowds, and again, navigating yourself through slow, large crowds does require some finesse. So the better you're able to maneuver around such things, the more likely you'll be able to like have more time to pick out something interesting or this, that, or the other.
Okay, yeah, it's not very stealthy to leave like a pile of curious, knocked over people in your wake.
Right, exactly. Especially if just like
That's a 24.
Nice.
Not even a crit on that one.
That is pretty good. Alrighty then. So, one of the first things that you come across is a little bit of a magic shop, actually, and it's got not necessarily magic weapons, but it does have a very interesting display case. And as you're going through, you're noticing that the way people are moving. Before it was kind of like a slight, like they're moving at like 90% of their original speed. But now it looks as though they are moving at like way slower. Like as the hour was going on, as the familiar was being found by and the like, you actually see a display case filled with rings, actually. Very pretty rings. And it is locked. It is under a very ornate looking lock that is kind of embedded in the display case. Um, so, do you want to take a look at that or move see if there's anything else?
Yes, I would like to take a look at it.
So
Let me
as
see
you-
if I appropriately loaded my thieves tools into Roll20 like I should have.
Mhm.
I think so.
I hope so. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to like take the whole thing with you.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, so inconvenient.
I know. Just taking everything.
Why couldn't Dorian have come?
You know, maybe this silly thing called like morals. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Who needs morals?
How did I hang out with such narcs? It's a good thing they're fun.
They're great. It's fantastic stuff. So, do you have your thieves tool on you?
Yes.
And would you like to try and pick open this lock?
Yes, if it will let me.
Absolutely. I will give you. I was gonna say.
I don't think I actually included my proficiency bonus on that.
That
I just included my dexterity.
I see. It's +6. I see that your dexterity is.
No, it might have been included anyway. Dexterity is like 3, I think. Wait, no.
I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. That's weird. Yes, dexterity is +3. Yeah, that did include your.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
So you got a 14. So unfortunately, you're able to like bust the whole thing open, but you are able to shimmy it open enough that if you were careful, you might be able to get like 1 or 2 of these rings out. But it's kind of a difficult angle, so you're gonna have to make another roll to see if you can get anything from this safe.
Okay. What roll do I need to make?
I will allow you to do a sleight of hand, since this is less about using the tools to unlock something and more about how carefully you're able to move your fingers around.
Oh, wait, hold up. I have Gloves of Thievery
Yes, you do.
that I took as my common magic item. Let me remind myself of what they do. I'm so sorry.
I believe they give you a +5 on your sleight of hand check.
Wait, so what do we say? Oh, and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Okay. So that would be that would have been a 19 then if you had your.
Yes.
All right. So a 19 does enable you to open it.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was slow on that.
That's all right. That's all right. And you do get to pick some. You have an array of rings in front of you, but do you have any knowledge of Arcana or any way to identify magic items?
No, not particularly. I only have a 2 Arcana.
Did you want to try and see which ones are worth taking or which ones aren't?
I mean, sure, like passing glance. Yeah, that's a 4. I'll take the pretty ones.
You'll take the pretty ones. All right. So I will say that you were able to get 3 different rings.
Could Isolde help possibly through the familiar? I can only see and hear through it, and it's only within 100 feet.
I would say that 100 feet. If she's going,
Yeah,
to, like,
that's not very
different
far.
City, 100 feet's not very far. If we're talking from like a city block standpoint.
Yeah, that's
Generally,
reasonable.
what we've done with Mercury, because like for a couple levels there, like I don't think it was high enough level to like communicate psionically from any distance. But basically, if you gave your familiar an order before they went out of your range, like they would follow that order to the best of their ability, or alternately give up. But I don't also know if there's any way that you could have known what we would be doing except petty theft.
Unless we've done it before, which is like I don't know if that's the case. I think Isolde is fine with stealing. Isolde thinks property is fake.
What's property?
Yeah.
What is property? So I would say that if this is something that your characters would have done before on your previous travels, which it seems reasonable enough to me, I will allow for there to be orders to be like check to see what's most valuable, perhaps, or
Yeah.
like check the magic stuff, right?
That
But
sounds, yeah, the magic stuff in particular, like
yeah.
as a yeah wizard.
So I think might be fair to say that because you've done this before, the check is possible, but since it is outside that 100-foot range and the like, uh, Isolde, I will allow you to make one Arcana check, but this will be at disadvantage.
Perfect. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Here we go. Arcana. Was that?
Oh
7?
no,
Oof.
disadvantage.
That one.
Seven.
Oh boy.
With a 7 on your Arcana check, a nat 1. Unfortunately, you're, I guess, for whatever reason, maybe it's the time thing, maybe it's the distance, maybe just something didn't seem to be right. You can recognize that there are some circular objects that are being taken, but for whatever reason, at this particular moment, maybe like something's interfering with your ability to like really take a look at it from a distance through the rat eyes. So unfortunately, you can only glean that they are magical and that they are circular, but the senses just don't seem to be with you at this moment in time.
This rat and me are like vibing. It's like, yeah, that's pretty. You like that? Yeah. You want one for your tail? Yeah.
Absolutely. And you said you also wanted to look for weapons. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So,
Is there anything they keep close to the counter? Because that's where the good shit's at.
Close to the counter. There are a few things there. However, what you'll notice is that the stuff where the good stuff is, you'll notice that there are several. There's a very complex looking mechanism there, and I will definitely say that if you want to get the good stuff, it's going to take a lot of time that you have, but you might get something really, really nice. Or you can get some of the low-hanging fruit. So low-hanging fruit or real nice stuff?
I mean, honestly, I think she's kind of sensible, but this is like a special occasion because it's Thief Christmas. So since time is slower anyway, she might be willing to like get a little frisky with the lockpicks and go for the special thing.
All right then. So this is a series of locks.
Okay.
I will need you to make I will need you to get or I will need you to make the thieves tools roll again.
Okay.
However, I will state that as you get closer, you are noticing something a little bit different.
About the lock or about the way time is flowing?
A little bit of the locks in particular. You are noticing that with these locks, they also have a slight glow to them. And knowing you're a level 8 adventurer and the like, you know that these locks are magical. And so I will let you know how that goes, but I would like you to roll a sleight of hand check for me, please, with the gloves of thievery, and it will be the first lock that you will be able to unlatch.
Okay. So that's a 19 with the +5.
That's a 19 with the +5. You start finagling a little bit, and you hear a slight click, and there's a pause. The light on the lock seems to flicker a little bit, and then it stays steady, and you feel as though you got the first one down. Please roll a second check for the second lock.
Okay. That's another 19. Jesus.
That is another 19. You try doing the same thing that you did last time, and you notice that something you didn't hear that slight click the way you did the first time, and the light goes from a blue color to a yellow color.
Okay.
Do you want to try again?
This one's a thinker because both of those rolls were very middle of the road. So me and my superstition thinks that the next one could be really high or it could be really low. Which of the low hanging fruit related weapons are near to me?
They look like a couple daggers.
Okay. Are they also locked up?
They're locked up, but the locks on those seem like they aren't glowing quite as nicely, but they look like, at least to your eyes anyways, just like daggers. They don't look nearly as shiny as some of the stuff in this case, which look really pretty.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like they are iridescently beautiful.
All right, it's Thief Christmas. Let's go for it.
All right, please.
Before then, she's just gonna like stuff a ring on each finger. She doesn't know what the fuck they do, but she's hoping that this helps.
Okay, so.
Oh no.
Wait.
Okay.
Will they work or not with the gloves?
I will say that. How many attuned items do you have? Just the
cloak. Cloak of many fashions.
And the gloves.
Right? The tankard, which is not actively in use. The tankard of sobriety, in case she needs to act real fucked up and be very sober. And just the gloves. Those 3 things.
Okay. So I will say that because you're not using the tankard, one of these rings will be active. You may choose either. There is one ring that seems to be like a very shiny, like silver with like geometric patterns on it. There is one that is, seems to be like this, like bronze gold, like ring that has this intricate like ram design on it. Like
okay, probably not that one. I don't think the ram has much to do with stealing.
And the other one is this deep black, like almost obsidian ring, but on the inside of it, you can kind of see very delicate linings of what seems to be like a glowing emerald lining in it.
Okay. That one seems cursed, so I am going to go with the first one, and I'll wait on that one and on the ram until the magic users in my party can tell me what's good.
Absolutely. Okay, so which one are you going with?
The first one, the
silver
what'd you say? Yes.
Shiny silver one? All
yes.
Right, so you have that one on there, and you feel pretty safe. You feel pretty nimble on your you feel pretty nimble on your feet. You feel like there's this like glowing protective aura around you. You feel safe. You feel pretty safe.
Okay. Nice. I like to feel safe as a thief.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to go for this third sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Mother heckin'. What happens to me? Give it to me.
So that was your second attempt, and that one turns from a yellow light to all the locks turn orange, and you hear just a slight like tapping noise, but the tapping noise doesn't seem to be changing, but it's like a timer almost.
Oh man. Well, if it's on a timer, I don't want to get the shop blown up anyway. So let's go again.
All right, go for it.
Heck,
Oh boy.
that's a 15.
All the lights on this lock turn bright red,
Bye.
and I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Hold up, let me see what I've got. Nope, it's dex checks for picking locks specifically. Okay.
Do you have evasion? I think that's a 7th level thing.
That's a good question. Oh, character sheet. Come hither to me. Why did I not put that on the character sheet? I put all the homebrew racial stuff on there and none of the rogue related things.
I believe you should have evasion. I don't
One
think that's
second.
something that is subclass dependent.
It's area effects, and it's 7th level, so you should have it.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
So,
Well, wait, I have uncanny dodge.
no, that's totally fine.
Is that the same thing?
That you get at 5th. Yeah.
They're different things, but either way, you're not going to take any damage at the moment. But
At the moment.
what happens is the locks turn bright red, right?
Mhm.
And suddenly this safe and this like display case contraption, like the metal part where the locks are attached, that starts to glow bright red, and you actually see like that metal part of the lock just start to melt. Now, it's not as though like it's like gonna splash out and hit you, but unfortunately your dexterity save was not high enough to save your thieves' tools. It has like the slag of red hot molten metal just sort of sloshes all over the tools that you have. And then it's just kind of like now like almost like welded to the spot and everything. It didn't destroy any of the stuff inside, but it just completely like sealed it off completely, just like melting that side of it. So
I shouldn't have left my crowbar with Dorian after all. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, calm down. You didn't even come. Okay, well, she's probably going to peace out because even with time slowing down, people are going to notice that. So she's going to go and she's just going to like grab something off a counter as she goes, like whatever's in reach.
All right. So I want you to roll. You know what? Roll one last sleight of hand check. Let's just see like what you're. Actually, no. Just roll a.
That's a natural frickin' 20, of course.
So, in lieu of the fact that that you were unable to get the really nice goodies, you did, however, notice that there was a transaction going on between two people who were kind of frozen in place, and there's a specific item on the counter, and it looked really, really nice. It looked really nice. It was only just the one thing. You grab that, and because time is slower, and because you're really good at this, and this was like smooth as heck, as you leave, you grab this item that looks like just like a hilt of a weapon, but it's pretty, covered in like gold and rubies and all this other stuff, and put it in your pocket, and you get out of there.
Swag. Let's go, rat. If we can like stop by a blacksmith on the way and like above board get some new thieves tools, like if they have anything lying around.
I don't know if that would be at a blacksmith's place.
Or okay, where would I get it?
Usually those kinds of tools are found.
Are they at a magic shop?
I don't think I mean, to be fair, thievery may be just another type of magic. But
It is magical.
It can't, and I agree with you. I do agree with you from the bottom of my heart, but I don't think that
you get things for free. You don't even have to use a punch card or like an app or anything.
That is true. That is very true. However, unfortunately, With the
That's
place
okay.
that you are at right now, I don't think there are any thieves' tools there. I feel like more likely you're probably gonna get them at like a junk shop or something, or maybe an
Okay.
alleyway. You want the really nice stuff, or getting commissioned if you're really particular about it. But you do pass by an apothecary on the way back to your place, trying to grievously escape from this melted slag of, half
Acting
enslaved-
super innocent too. Like,
Absolutely.
I've never been
absolutely.
in the magic shop.
Who knows? Yeah.
It's just me and my pet rats.
Absolutely. So you do see a couple cases of like potions and the like. Now, do you want to go for the low hanging fruit or the good stuff?
I think this time she's going to go for the lower hanging fruit because your basic health potions are like always needed, and it's good to just have some more basic supplies. Like, I think that she feels, because you put a little bit of yourself in your character sometimes, and I feel that cool potions like Potion of Fire Breathing or whatever, where it's like a one-use thing, but it's also extremely incidental. She's like, I don't want to wait for something to have to be like, I don't want to wait for a barbecue. I just want to be able to heal myself anytime.
All right. Sure thing. I mean, barbecues are nice, though. I'm just saying.
They are nice.
They're really, really nice. So, so you're going find this apothecary. You find like just seats and like kind of like in like one of the alleyways where they kind of like load some of the cargo and the like. You notice there's a couple like cases, like I guess like 12 packs of at the very least of some like kind of at the moment unattended items.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they are glass. Carrying too many of these probably not smart because it's like a glass. These are like glass vials and the like. But you do see some that would be pretty easy to grab. You also see, some really fancy looking stuff in more locked display cases. But it's up to you. You're going for the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about the display cases. I'm just gonna like reach in like you do sometimes when you're at the gas station. You're going for like multiple bottles of things with only one hand. Just try to grab as many like stoppers as possible and like grab them.
So what I will say is I would like you to roll a stealth check, because this is rather than like opening something up. This is you trying to be unseen as you're grabbing this and going. So go ahead, make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay. That's a 24.
All right, you were able to grab a 12 case of these potions with you. They look pretty similar, and it doesn't look like it's something super fancy. It doesn't have like this amazing glowing thing, but you grab it. It's clearly worth something, and you go on your way. You are in and out like
nice.
that.
Does anybody in the crowd around me have like a cute hat?
I'm sure a couple people might have some cute hats.
I can just go like, boop.
You could. At this point, I will say that you start noticing that instead of people moving really slowly, it's almost as if they've stopped. So you don't even have to roll overlay. So
okay, I would like a cute hat.
So you grab an adorable hat.
Oh my gosh, are there feathers?
You may describe the hat how you would like.
Excellent. So it is a straw hat, but the weaving is really tight and it kind of like changes patterns like every layer. So, and it's got like an embroidered ribbon, just like in a cute style, just around the base of it, and a bow tied like to the side. But also there's some feathers spilling off of it, like almost onto her shoulder, like mixing with her hair. And it's like just a cute, fluffy, like wide brimmed hat with some feathers spilling down.
Did you want a hat pin as well?
Yes, I would. Actually, I'd like to try to grab a couple of those and improvise a lockpick.
Fair enough. You may grab some hat pins. I will say, though, that because these are improvised hat pin lockpicks, not as nice as your old set, any future attempts will probably be at disadvantage until you actually spend a couple some time really getting them refined.
Any port in a storm.
But there you
Better
go.
than nothing.
All right, so you make it back to meet with everybody on your glorious shopping.
This has been the best afternoon ever.
I know, amazing. So everyone else, while you guys are waiting for Scammern to come back from her delightful discount shopping trip, what were you guys doing in the time that she was away?
Isolde will have... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Isolde would have used an arcane recovery. That's pretty much it.
Absolutely. So what does that arcane recovery look like? Like, how does she go about her arcane recovery? Is it like a
Yeah.
or like a restful thing? Like, describe that for me. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It almost sounds meditative. I'm not entirely. Let me see the description here. I picture it as just being like an innate thing that happens while she's resting. So I don't think like visually it takes on like any particular form, but she's just like sitting in the corner, like eyes closed, head reclined
Kinda,
back.
like focusing. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And what about Tahir? What is Tahir doing on this break while waiting for Scammering to, gallivant back with ill or not so ill-gotten goods? Who knows?
I'm gonna drag the unconscious guy off to a corner, or just kind of try and hide him well in the alleyway. And then I'll take out a piece of charcoal and draw on his face.
All right. Would you like to make this beautifully artistic or beautifully humiliating?
I want it to be very, very childish, so I'll give him like glasses and a mustache.
All right. All right. So, do you by any chance have proficiency with artisan tools?
No,
or
not
anything artistic?
Not at all. Nope. It's not my
Even-
forte.
Even better. That is even better indeed. So I would like you, if you would like to, optionally, I would like you to roll a dexterity check at disadvantage to see
Wonderful.
how amazing or unamazing this facial drawing is.
Oh,
Would you
no.
roll?
You got this. You got this.
I don't. Oh, 20.
Yeah.
So, to hear as you are drawing on this unconscious person's face, you don't know what you're doing, but somehow you like it a lot. You may describe to me what this guy's face looks like after all is said and done.
Yeah, I stand up and look proudly down at my magnificent masterpiece. I've given him glasses, a mustache, a very curly mustache, and a goatee, and a few beauty spots as well.
Do you, by any chance, like use like do you do like the thing where it's like you get your charcoal on your thumb, put on his forehead, and be like Simba?
I do now.
So, Dorian, you have watched your adoptive goblin brother start drawing on this dude's face. I'm just curious, like, how do you feel about that? Is this par for the course? Is it like, does mom approve? Like,
This has happened to some of us already.
the
I'm not saying
nostalgic-
it's happened to me multiple times, but it's happened to me multiple times. I've woken up and walked around for an entire day, and people have known how often I've washed my face, and it's been embarrassing. So I'm kind of like, yeah, it's cool. Teach him to wash his face.
It's exfoliating, the
Yeah,
charcoal,
yeah.
it's a
You
good
learn how to
detox.
exfoliate. It's
Charcoal. It's good for your skin.
I'm
Yeah,
helping him out,
Absolutely.
and now we'll be able to recognize him.
That's true. We will.
Mhm.
His hand doesn't have anything weird about it, does it?
I mean, it still has the smoky points of like cindery light, sort of, but it's not nearly as like clean. It's like the pattern of like the points are making on his hand. It's very like it's not very like accurate. It seems like you wouldn't be able to distinguish which star sign it is, right? It just looks like just a couple like randomly scattered dots. Whereas on your hand, they will be very clearly identifiable as your star sign, whereas this person is just not so much.
Okay. Wait, this isn't the knocked out person that we saw before. This is the dude that we stuffed the sock in his mouth, right?
Yeah, this guy
Mhm.
the unconscious employee was left at the bar.
Right,
And
gotcha.
then you guys ran out.
Well, if no one stops me, I'd like to check out our weird machine that we have.
Oh, okay. Excellent. I am glad you did. As you pull out this machine, it starts. Like, are you like? Do you have like in your hand? Like, how are you holding it? Like, are you just? Gonna pull it out?
It was wrapped up in like a cloth before, so I
Mhm.
think I kind of would like bundle it out like soft baby bird, and see if it's because I remember it was ticking before, and I want to know if it's still ticking. So I like unwrap it.
Unwrap it from its cloth prison, woven prison, and as you unfold it, this cube, it starts to like certain like small parts of it start to expand more and more.
Oh,
About to this from about like an inch on each side, and suddenly it's got this like spindly like clockwork extensions which don't seem to make sense. Like where's all that metal coming from? And it seems to sort of like be reorienting itself in this sort of like astrolabe type of device. And instead of being like about an inch, it's actually about like a foot in diameter with these like circling rings and the like coming from a central clockwork construct, and it starts to like expand more. It has like a little bit of a stand as and everything, seemingly indicating like the position of various moons and stars in relation to the world that you are on. And as it does so, as it kind of like sort of like unfolds and decompresses in this other form, it begins to glow and pulsate with like radiating energy.
oh,
And it goes from a ticking noise to like a humming noise. It starts to hum with a very low, like vibrating frequency that you can kind of feel in your gut. Like when you're like next to like a bass, like a loud bass, and you kind of like feel that on the inside. You're kind
yeah.
of getting like a similar sort of feeling where it's just sort of like resonating, and so you kind of like feel it weirdly in your gut.
Hmm.
And what you also notice is as it does so, one last like wave of energy seems to like extend past like around it, past you, and just starts extending all the way towards like as far as you can see throughout the city as well.
Oh,
And what you notice as that happens is you look up at the sky and you look kind of like around like toward like the horizon where this energy field seems to be expanding. You notice that there are other similar such like expanding energy fields, and then as it stops, you realize that there is this almost like energy crystalline like shell surrounding spherically around the entirety of the city, and it looks like certain parts of it look cracked or faceted like crystal. And as you kind of keep looking around, it just seems as though the world on the like outside past this like seeming like crystal like lens, I guess, surrounding this entire city, you notice that like it's almost seems like everything on the outside is going like really, really, really fast.
uh-oh.
Like it just seems as though like the clouds in the sky seem to be moving as though they're on fast forward, as everything here in the city is like almost still. And you hear certain screeching metal on metal noises off into the distance, and like the kind of like the sound of heavy industrial like type size machinery just kind of like kind of like echoing throughout the city, although it seems as though the people aren't noticing what's happening. And then as that happens, Scamron's like down the alley being like, hey guys.
Present.
Uh, time's weird.
Yeah, that's the
no,
point
time's
of
weirder.
presents.
Time's weirder. And I'm gonna point to I'm like, we're in a bubble. And
Yeah, people have pretty much stopped now. Anyway.
no, that's bad. That's really bad. Because if things are moving really fast out there and it's not moving fast in here, then that means that people out there are getting older, which means that the cute goblin girl that I like is going to be way too old for me when I get out of here. And
age is a number, babe.
yeah,
Like, if you love her, go get her.
well, but like, what if she finds somebody else?
You can take them. It's fine.
Mm.
Anyway, rings, and here's a pretty sword, and I got some bottles, and does anybody know what they are?
No.
and I got a hat.
Congratulations.
My lockpicks did eat it, but it was for such a good cause.
Well,
Well, I'm
Buy
having an
these items.
existential crisis. So
Are you high? Did Dorian take something?
No,
no,
I'm
that's just him. That's just how
no, I'm never getting married. Time's moving too
I mean,
fast.
it's up to you. Like, you have to take control of your own life. Do you want to get married? Go get married.
Yeah, but I had time. I just like point to the thing.
It's time.
Anyway, well, he's tripping balls. So does anybody know what this is?
a pretty ring.
Three
That's a-
pretty rings. This one has a ram on it, or a sheep, or a goat, or something like that. This one might be cursed. I don't know. It's very gothic.
I can
Ow.
check.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
You
Um,
may back.
So I can do it as a ritual, but it'll take 11 minutes. And I assume we don't have time like that.
We have all the time in the world.
What is time?
Gesture.
It's
I'm just
fake, like the concept of property.
Before I actually identify anything, can I broadly detect what out of her hall is magical?
So every single one of these items are magical. The
Oh,
rings
wow.
have.
I did so good, guys.
So
Yeah.
the vials of liquid have the weakest magical aura by far, but you don't even need to make an Arcana check for what these are. These are just your basic potions of healing. It's a case of 12, and basically,
Okay.
mechanical terms, they do 2d4 plus 2 hit points when you drink a bottle on your turn as an action. You've seen these before, Isolde, that these are not these don't really require that much effort to identify.
And they taste amazing chilled with a Jaeger floater.
They do, although that otherwise you may suspect that might be counteracted.
They're good for you. What could happen?
It's a health food. It's like kale.
It is.
And so, did you want to try your hand at the rings first, or did
Yeah,
you
I'd love to.
try-
How many were there?
There were 3 rings. There was a silver one that had.
Yeah,
some
I put it on the
silver-
pile.
That was that Scameron was wearing for just a little bit. There was a gold. There was a kind of like a gold and bronze one with a ram on it, or some sort of like a goat thing with horns on it. And there was also a obsidian one with linings of emerald, like very thin, glowing emerald, just kind of like going throughout the whole thing.
Isolde will get to work identifying them as a ritual and kind of let them deal with the time.
And this hills.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Right, so I'm gonna let you. So should I just assume that you want to kind of use your identify ritual on them? Because that would be like a half hour-ish or so.
Yeah, 33 minutes, if my
Alright.
math is right.
Perfect. So I will tell you exactly what these things are.
Cool.
The silver ring is a ring of protection. It is a rare item, and you get a +1 to AC and saving throws when you are wearing this ring.
Nice.
It's pretty nice. And you notice that the geometric shapes seem to almost form kind of kind of symbolically chainmail imagery, as if it's to protect you from other things around it. So that is the first one.
As Isolde identifies each one, she'll hand them back to Scam. Protection.
Oh, I'm just keeping them in the group pile. Who wants them?
The second one, you are able to identify as a Ring of the Ram. The Ring of the Ram basically is able to create a force of an almost explosive force that literally rams opponents away from you. So as an action, what you can do is you can use 1 to 3 of its charges to basically hit something for 2d10 force damage and push it 5 feet away from you. And the more charges you use, the more effective the explosive power.
So she hands out one to Scam. She says, Ring of Ram, force projection, and pantomimes like a
Well, my
fist
horoscope
blast.
basically already does that once a day, so I'll put that on the pile too.
Third one is a ring of X-ray vision.
Ooh.
And you can when you're wearing this, you can use this to see through solid matter and make it appear transparent. It can penetrate, a foot of stone. It can penetrate maybe like an inch of metal. Things like lead, you can't really see through it. But basically, it allows you to have X-ray vision for a bit. But you want to not have to wear it while you sleep because it can exhaust you if you keep it on too long.
It's like
And
wearing
don't keep it
glasses
in
to
your
sleep.
pockets because you might get sterile.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it'll deactivate all your credit cards.
What is money?
Yeah.
If you're a kobold, nothing. I feel like
Absolutely.
Scam gets the question a lot, like, so were you raised by kobolds with her attitude towards property? And she's like, no.
And lastly, you have this hilt of a sword, it seems, that seems to be, again, cast in ruby and not emerald, a ruby. It's by far the strongest, like, looking thing of the 4 items that were pulled in. And this one is this was a sunblade.
Oh.
It basically is just a hilt of a sword. It looks like just a hilt, but you can literally create a blade of radiance that you can finesse with. You basically get a lightsaber essentially.
Yeah.
As it does so, you get a 15-foot radius of light if you're in darkness, and you can, change how bright it is at will. And you get a +2 to attack and damage if you use it. And if you are good with short swords, you can also use this weapon melee.
So that sword has some history outside of the Shimmering Seas. Does it resemble that one at all? Because that one is sentient, if I remember correctly.
What was it?
So the Sunblade in other mythos, I guess, or whatever, is sentient. Is there any way of seeing if it is here?
That you would have to. So you use the identify spell, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah. That would be another 11 minutes for this hilt. I didn't know there was another project.
You should just pick it up and see if it talks to you.
So in order to see, so you could pick it up and just maybe see if it talks with you or not. But as of right now, you can tell that what its powers are, but not whether or not it's sentient. So yeah,
Okay.
so 3 rings and the sunblade.
And this hat.
And the hat. The hat's pretty nice too.
It's magical how cute it looks. She takes it off her head and puts it on Dorian.
Oh, that Dorian's still kind of morose.
Well, you can prevent sunburn while you are morose.
Yeah, he looks sad, but also fetching.
Yeah, Isolde would have given all that stuff back to Scam.
All right, it's in a pile. Who wants presents? Like, I've got some weapons, so I don't know if one of you, like, magical people want the cool sword. Like, we could all take, like, 3 health potions each. Not, like, take, but we could just have them.
Or actually each, since it's 12 divided by... Right, wait, it's 3. You're right. I'm bad at math. I'm sorry.
No, totally. I'm just calculating like you're
4,
good.
Yeah, 16, everybody. No. Everyone gets the health potions. You can decide who gets what item.
Well, I'm already a clerical light, so I feel like the light sword might be overkill.
It would be so on brand, though.
But it might be overkill, so if anyone wants that, you can.
Oh, I don't do short swords, so not me.
Isolde?
I mean, I can use them. I have 2 levels in fighter.
Yeah,
Ooh.
probably should, because I don't think I...
That just screams you.
Sure, yeah. I only have a dagger otherwise, so it's probably good to have something else.
Helllight. Yeah, if you have two
Also,
levels, you
lightsaber.
can totally.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, basically, get the lightsaber. Just a small upgrade.
It's chill.
And like I said, like my horoscope basically lets me knock people prone like once a day anyway, and not just because I look so great. So if one of you guys want to take the ram, that could be good, and we could like spread that love around.
Sure, I'll take the ram.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want the protection one? I say as your very loving and concerned brother.
Well, I don't know. I could use the ram to protect myself, and I think it's we'll be good.
Okay.
I'll be good.
So to hear, do you want the X-ray or do you want the protection?
It's your choice.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I really like the look of that X-ray. Like me and the protection have already spent some time together, and that's awesome. But if I see more things that we could tactically liberate, then that ring would be helpful with that.
I'm all for it. Man, I'm really beefed up now. I have a 19
Yeah.
AC.
Yeah, you do.
Nice, nice, nice.
Merry Thieves Christmas, everybody.
That's great. Now we just have to fix the time.
Yeah.
But now we're better equipped to do it, and it's amazing. I just hope we don't have to pick any locks because, like I said, mine are toast. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's. I think we should probably should we destroy this thing? And I just kind of I have the at this point that the machine that we have, I've tried to wrap it again, but it's too big for the cloth, so I'm just kind of holding it.
Wrapping it, it's like, oh no, it expanded.
Yeah, trying to push a little bit at some of the stuff. So this is happening, and I think it's kind of part of the thing that's going on right now, the whole bubble that we're in. And I think we should does anyone have a hammer? Can we use the light?
You have my crowbar.
You got the lightsaber.
Should we try hitting it?
What if time explodes?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if it explodes and we die? But I guess that would be
too.
bad too.
Oh,
Why don't we have the glove thingy that the guy used to find us? Should we find
Yes.
someone?
You might be able to. You also have, so you, that little chain, the bracelet with the chain and the emerald on it, you can, at least the guy seemed to use something very similar to find you guys. But if you want to use it, that's fine. If you don't want to use it, that's fine too. You have all of the choices in the world to decide. There's nothing bad that could possibly happen. Who wants to put on a bracelet?
Look, live like you're dying, because we might be dying. We might.
Also, you want to put on the bracelet? Because I think it would looks very good with your skin tone and your.
Well, I mean, sure. If you guys are yellow, if you're chicken, yeah.
well, no. I mean, technically, Tahir's green, but
Yeah. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, it's a turn of phrase. Okay, fine. She puts on the bracelet.
You put on the bracelet, and ordinarily, it used to be pointing towards the machine and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's now pointing somewhere else, actually. It's pointing somewhere else. And for a brief moment, your field of vision changes. You see a single butterfly, kind of like what was in your trance
Oh,
originally.
not again.
And a snickering, and it kind of floats and flutters in the direction in which the chain is pointing. And you kind of de-trance, because that was literally just a split second, and it's just oh. But on the plus side, at the very least, it doesn't seem to be burning your skin or anything like that. And honestly, it just seems it seems to look pretty nice too.
Okay, well, I tell everybody about the butterfly and about the fact that the direction has changed. Did it look like it was kind of pointing towards the area where the person that we waylaid was indicating?
it seems to be kind of pointing in the general direction. It seems to be like kind of like moving just a slight amount. Whereas before, when it was pointing to like the stationary like little like machine that you guys had, it was just perfectly still. But this seems to be indicating as though it's pointing towards someone or something that's moving.
Okay, well, whatever this thing wants is on the move. What time is it? Approximately. Do we know by like city bells, or do we know by like the direction of the sun? Like what time in the day?
What is time?
Yeah, I know. I realized as I was saying it because he said about sundown, but it's like,
The
Clouds
sun
are
might.
moving really, really fast, and things are also moving very, very slowly. Do any of you guys have a feat called Keen Mind?
Nope. That's
No.
no.
That was something that could have been helpful. But if you would like, if you could make it just a general intelligence check to maybe estimate how much time you might have till either sundown or midnight, you may make that roll right now.
Well, I got a 19.
19, all right. That's a 9. All right. Anyone else gonna make a roll?
Lois.
Oh yeah. Cat stream.
Cat stream.
I'm
Well,
dumb.
I don't know if I would know, but I can try. Just a basic intelligence. I really don't know. I'm like, it's it's sky time. I'm too distraught by time moving too quickly.
I was gonna say, I think you might actually be tripping at this point.
Like, you're thinking about the potential love of your life,
Oh.
and the goblin girl maybe finding someone else, and it just breaks your heart inside. And
Yeah, I'll never go to prom. I mean, I'm too old for prom, but like
Goblin prom. Oh my god.
it's
Gom.
Yes, now.
I want to go to Gom or Gom coming, homecoming. It's just really.
So unfortunately, with that 14, it's like you're looking at the horizon and you're seeing. And as it's falling, you're just like, oh, and then you're just thinking about all these life events that you're probably missing out on, and man, life is just, and it just breaks your heart, and unfortunately, you can't really focus too much on what is happening, but Scammon, like, first off, you weren't distracted by the fact that time is weird outside this citywide bubble.
I feel like I'm good at knowing how much time I have to accomplish something in a small amount of time.
Like, you know how much time has passed for you subjectively on your escapades because, again, time-sensitive experience. And given everything with the travel time and this, that, or the other, you know that you have about 3 hours till sundown, which is when this ritual will start. However, that 3 hours, that's how long you feel you might have. But again, as you're noticing and you're really like paying attention to stuff, it's hard to tell because ordinarily you hear church bells, but everything's frozen on the inside. Ordinarily, you might be able to tell by like the position of the sun or like the clouds or the light shadows and everything. But it's really weird because the sun is getting closer to the horizon, but the shadows in the city almost look like it's like early afternoon. And it's just really jarring as you're kind of like trying to keep that in mind. So maybe like just a few hours left before, this reverie guy is trying to do his thing with the city. And this butterfly is just distracting the heck out of you. And there's like this cackling that's kind of just hitting your head pretty annoyingly.
Usually, when everything feels frozen inside, I just steal more stuff. But I just did that, so like,
Did
this is
just do
weird.
that. This feels really, really weird. And as it happens, right outside the bubble, for just a brief moment,
Hey.
there's a bright flash of blindingly bright white light, and suddenly, outside this bubble, you see what appears to be almost a midnight clear sky full of stars all around.
Oh.
And though the city bells should not be tolling, you hear the ringing bong, bong. And the unconscious person that you had kind of gagged with the sock and stuff, and I don't know if you actually put the sock back on or not.
No, did not.
He opens his eyes and he just says, "It will be beginning very soon. We should get going."
That's freaky.
Man,
And
we should
we
stay
end the
there.
session there.
Oh no. We're doomed.
Thank you very much for listening in on part 2 of The Engines of Time. I hope to see you again next week, and we'll see what happens. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.